And then what I mean by meditation is meditation can be anything. I mean, it could be where you're physically meditating and you could be listening to some music, or you could just be, in a quiet place. Or it could be like for me, it's washing the floor. It's just thinking about things in my head, and just kind of running through maybe different situations or people or something I said, or situations that I learned from, or I could take a learning from, and I would handle differently the next time. Just those kinds of things, and those are all meditating. It's not necessarily what idea I might have had in my head, or you might have in your head. And then again, other ways that you can open your chakras would be, besides the breathing, the physical activity, and the meditating, it would be, just introspection and self-inquiry. Again, what can I do differently? What can I learn from? Also recommended is just, doing some self-healing. So like maybe a massage, or going to a Reiki master and having them do their thing, and then maybe using some crystals on you, around you, to kind of help with that energy to, again, open some of those blockages. And then also what's recommended that I was reading is doing a healing session. So like actually going to a healer. I've never personally done that, but I've heard some people that have had great success with that. I have done the Reiki. I've done yoga. Massages I do fairly regularly, again, for self-care. So that's basically, again, activating the energy to open your chakras. First of all, knowing which chakras, identifying what chakra needs the most help. So let's kind of think about 1 to 2 as we go through this. And then 3, activating the energy to open your chakras. So that's number 3, as far as let's try and figure out what the plan is in order to do that. And essential oils playing into that. Okay, so number 1, the first chakra, I'm going to go from top to bottom. So the first one is the crown chakra. Okay, and the color that's associated with that is violet. All right, so here's my little paper. And the sense that is associated with it is knowing. And again, once you do your little make and take, if this is the one that resonates the most with you, you have your crown chakra, and you would just apply your oils to the top of your head, and you could rub it in if you want. You could just let it sit there and seep in, and you do this as many times a day as you feel you need to. And what the crown chakra regulates is wisdom, knowledge, conscious, subconscious, superconscious, knowing, trust, and spiritual connection. And then how do you know it's imbalanced? How do you know if this one is imbalanced? It's by if you're feeling apathetic, if you're kind of feeling super greedy, domination of others, amnesia, if you're getting a lot of headaches, photosensitivity, skin irritation, spiritual cynicism, energetic disorders. And then there's some crystals or gemstones that are associated with each of the chakras as well. I'm going to talk to the top 3 in each as we go through them, because there is a list. But the top 3 that are mentioned would be diamond, amethyst, and pyrite. Okay, and again, you can carry these gemstones in your pocket. You can sleep next to them. You can put them in your purse. Whatever it is that you want to do, or you can do however it is that you want to do it, or you could do your own research to kind of see where the best area is to carry these stones. Okay, the next chakra would be your third eye chakra, and the color that's associated with that would be indigo. And the sense is intuition, and that is located at the center of your forehead. The other thing I want to mention before I forget is, again, if these chakras are the ones that are, whatever chakra it is that seem to be imbalanced, if you are trying to balance it, you might want to wear that color also, because wearing that color helps attract the positive energies as well. So if I'm working on my third eye chakra, I might be wearing a lot more indigo blue, just because, again, I'm trying to work on balancing that particular chakra. Does that make sense? So how do you know your third eye is imbalanced? You might be experiencing some poor vision, poor memory, insensitivity. Maybe you're lacking imagination. You've got infections. You're having some seizures. You've got learning disability. eye and ear diseases, nose and sinus problems, you're having dreamless dreams, lack of imagination. If any of those things kind of resonate with you, then you might be having a third eye blockage. And what it regulates, the third eye, is psychic ability, forgiveness, compassion, consciousness, imagination, and clear seeing. Okay? And then the gemstones that are associated with the third eye would be sapphire, fluorite, and sodalite. Okay? The next one is your throat chakra, okay, which will be here. And that color is blue, so a little bit of a lighter blue. And the sense that it's associated with is hearing. It regulates your creativity, your communication, thus the throat, trust, expressionism, loyalty, organization. And how do you know if it's imbalanced is if you have a fear of speaking, if your voice is weak, if you're kind of shy, if you're having hormonal disorders, if you're experiencing a lot of sickness like flu or fevers, thyroid problems, sore throats, scoliosis, because your spine kind of on the other side, I guess, ear infections. And then the crystals that are associated with the throat chakra would be aquamarine, blue tourmaline, and blue quartz. Okay? And then the next one is your heart chakra, okay, which is, in your chest area. And the colors associated with that is green, senses touch, and it regulates your ability for compassion, acceptance, forgiveness, responsibility, confidence, security, stability, prosperity. And how do you know if it's imbalanced is you might be experiencing some heart disorders, some breathing disorders, chest pain, high blood pressure, muscular tension, shyness. You might be judgmental, bitter, lack of empathy, intolerant, critical, fear of love, depressed. And then some of the crystals that are associated with the heart chakra would be emerald, jade, and moonstone. Okay? So we're about halfway there. So stick with me for a few more. And then solar plexus, which again is kind of like your abdominal area. Color associated with it is yellow. The sense is sight. The location is above your navel. Okay, it regulates your vitality, your purpose, satisfaction, contentment, peace, your personal power, confidence, and self-control. And how do you know if it's imbalanced? Is you're experiencing some low energy. You might be feeling passive, sluggish. You have like the victim mentality. You're not feeling reliable, or you are unreliable. You have a weak will, a poor memory. You might be constipated. Nervous, you might have diabetes, arthritis, or ulcers. Okay, and then the crystals that are associated with the solar plexus would be citrine, amber, and golden jasper. Alrighty, and then the sacral chakra is associated with the color orange. And the senses is taste and touch, and the location for that is right below your navel, and it regulates pleasure, feeling, sexuality, creativity, knowledge, sociality. And then how do you know it's imbalanced is if you're having, again, maybe some depression, some asthma, urinary problems, fear of sex, lack of desire, fear of change, impotency, lower back pain, alcohol or drug abuse, some of those things. So if any of those resonate with you, you may have a blockage of your sacral chakra. And the gemstones that are associated with the sacral chakra would be citrine, orange calcite, and blue-green turquoise. Go figure. And then finally, your root chakra is associated with the color red. It's associated also with the sense of smell, and it is located at the base of your spine. And it regulates your stability, innocence, prosperity, trust, security, survival, and grounding, which makes sense. And then How do you know you're imbalanced? Would be because you might be experiencing fatigue, lower back pain, cold hands and feet, eating disorders, skin problems, lack of energy, frequent colds, sciatica. You might be fearful, anxious, restless, underweight. And then the crystals or gemstones associated with the root chakra would be granite, ruby, and agate. Okay? So, I guess just to kind of wrap it up, which one of these resonates with you, or maybe someone you know? Is there more than one? Like at the beginning of this, I asked you to kind of think about, maybe the top two. And then how do you unblock your chakras? Again, we talked through at the very beginning, the oils. Okay, so I've got oil blends. Come to the make and take, or have your own. And we can make up these blends for you and your significant others, your friends, your family, the folks you love that you want to help. And again, you can get some of those minerals or stones. And when I was talking to my Reiki person, she said that you should go to the actual store where they sell the stones, and you find this, like let's say it's ruby. Okay, you're looking at the rubies. You find a stone that speaks to you. I mean, it sounds a little bit weird, but it's right. She's right. There's sometimes there's going to be a smaller one or a bigger one that just feels right to you, and that's the one that you should have. So, and then again, Reiki or a healer or massage, and having that other factor, as well as just maybe doing some yoga, and you can do that at a studio, or you can there's plenty of YouTube videos you can watch that will kind of self-direct also. And then that's basically it. So I hope you found this interesting and you found it a bit educational and not too weird. But again, I'm having a make and take this coming Tuesday for chakras, and please come if this interests you. And you could, and any of these resonated with you, and we can make up some blends for you. And if you can't make the make and take, I'm happy if you reach out to me and we can work something out with regards to hosting your own. Okay, and that's all I have for today. And hope to see you soon. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Oil Well Terry on Instagram, or John, JOHN, Terry, TERRY, space, and then Read on Facebook. Okay? In the meantime, be oil well. Thank you.